Hey guys, it's Mr. Carlson. I wanted to take a few minutes and go over this worksheet with you. What is a termite's favorite breakfast? Now, Miss Hoffman gave two worksheets. It was this one, and then on the back, there was this one. I just sent you an email saying you only had to do this front page. If this back page is too difficult, don't worry about doing it. Just focus on this side. Okay, and I wanted to work some of these out with you. So, if you haven't done this and you're watching this video, you need to get out this worksheet and a calculator and a pencil and work it out. Okay, I'm going to start with number 3 because we've done number 1 and 2 in class, and I know you were paying attention and filled it out. So number 3, we're talking about similar figures or scaled copies, and we're trying to figure out what the missing side is. Okay, so number 3, you have one triangle where this side here is 18 and the base or the bottom is 30. Okay, so we set up our proportion like this, 18 over 30, and then this 24 matches the 18. These are corresponding sides. So that 24 goes on top over here. The x is the corresponding side with this 30 right here. So that x goes on the bottom. Now once we set up our proportion, all we need to do is cross multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other, 30 and 24, and then you're going to divide by the number that's by itself, by this 18, okay? So 30 times 24 is 720, divided by 18 is 40. So this side right here is 40. So that is the answer. All right, I'm going to make sure it makes sense. This shape is bigger than this triangle. So 40 should be bigger than this side, and it is. 40 is bigger than 30. All right, let's look at number 4. I have 10 and 35, so I'm going to set up my proportion. I'm going to do it in this box. 10 and 35 go together. And the corresponding side to this 10 side right here is this 6. So I'm going to put 6 on top and then x on bottom because x and 35 are the bottom links of the similar figures. Okay? So, same process when you cross multiply. You multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other. 35 times 6 is 210 divided by, so I'm going to hit divided by 10 because that's the number that's left that's by itself. And that is 21. So this x equals 21. Okay? I'm not going to worry about this puzzle over here, by the way. It's just for extra fun. If you want to do it, great. But I'm more focused on the math right now, okay? All right, number 5, we have two similar figures here. I have this long diagonal side of the triangle, 72 inches, and the bottom we don't know. And then I have this long diagonal, 36, and the 25. So I'm just going to set up my proportion again. I'm going to put the 72 over x, because these go together. They're on the same shape. And this 36 is the corresponding side to the 72. So I'm going to put that on top, and I'm going to put the 25 on the bottom like that. I'm going to multiply the numbers that are diagonal. 72 times 25 is 1,800, and I'm going to divide that by the 36, and I got 50. So x equals 50. That makes sense because this side needs to be bigger than the smaller side, and it is. Okay? All right, number 6. 30 and 25 go together, so I'm going to put those in a proportion like this. Equals, I put 30 on top, and that's this side right here, so the corresponding side is right there with the x, so I'm going to put the x on top. 25 is the bottom length, so I'm going to use this corresponding bottom length 15 and put that on the bottom. I'm going to cross multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other, so 30 times 15 is 450, and then I'm going to divide that by 25. That equals 18. So this x here is 18. This side length there is 18. All right, number 7. Now this one is a little different because it's kind of flip-flopped, okay? I have this side is the longer side, and I can tell that this side is longer than that, okay? So I'm going to put my proportion like this, 20 over 35. And this 20 is the shorter of the two sides, and so is the x. So I'm going to put my x on top and my 21 on bottom. I'm going to cross multiply 20 times 21. That's 420, and I'm going to divide by 35. Is 12. So this side here equals 12. Okay, that is a 2. All right, 12. Okay, now this one we did in class also, and this little triangle is kind of flipped, okay? So this 60 is actually corresponds with that 20, okay? So I'm going to set up my proportions, 20 over 14, and 60 goes on top because that's the corresponding side with 20 over the x, okay? You can also see the little right angle here, so that kind of helps you figure out what side is the corresponding side. All right, I'm going to multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other, 60 times 14. And then I'm going to divide by 20, which is 42. So x equals 42. Okay. All right, couple more. Number 9, we did this in class, but let's do it. It really helps to do a drawing on this one. So it says a flagpole casts a shadow 10 feet long. If a man 6 feet tall casts a shadow 4 feet long at the same time of day, how tall is the flagpole? So we have like a flagpole here, okay? Here's the flag, and it casts a shadow, okay? Look at this shape. Look what I'm about to draw here. This is a triangle, okay? So the flagpole casts a shadow that's 10 feet long. So the shadow here is 10 feet. We don't know how tall the flagpole actually is, so I'm going to put an X. And we have a man who is 6 feet tall cast a shadow that is 4 feet. Okay? All right, so I'm going to set up my proportion. I'm going to use x over 10 because these are from the same shape. The 6 goes with the x, and the 4 goes with the 10 because that's how long the shadow was, at the bottom length. All right, 10 times 6 is 60, and 60 divided by 4 is 15. So x equals 15, and that is how tall the flagpole is, 15 feet. Okay. Notice real quick, it doesn't really matter where your x is, okay? It doesn't matter. As long as your sides, your corresponding sides are lined up, it doesn't make a difference, okay? Sometimes the x is on the bottom right, sometimes it's on the top right, sometimes it's on the bottom left, sometimes it's on the top left. It doesn't matter as long as your corresponding sides match up. Okay, number 10. A photograph, so we're talking about a rectangle, is 25 centimeters wide. So it's 25 centimeters wide and 20 centimeters high. Now then we reduce it, or make it smaller, to fit a space that is 8 centimeters high, and we do not know the width. So I'm going to put an X. Okay? So I'm going to set up my proportion. I'm going to have 20 over 25, because those two go together. They're on the same shape, so 20 over 25. And this side 20 its corresponding side is this 8. So I'm going to put 8 over x. I'm going to cross multiply the numbers that are diagonal. So 8 times 25 is 200 divided by 20 is 10. So x equals 10, and we are talking about centimeters. Okay? All right, so that's how you find the missing side on shapes that are similar shapes or scaled copies. Okay? Review this video. I just did this whole worksheet with you, so I'm going to back it up so you can see everything in case you wanted to pause it. And I'm going to look at my work, copy things down. I'm going to make sure it's focused. Here we go. Great, so there you go. All right. Let me know next time I see you if you have questions. Have a good day.